A Krystal 93 special news report with the latest from the governor's office on a local case of coronavirus. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News. State health officials confirm 2 positive cases of coronavirus in Colorado today, including a man in his 30s from out of state who was visiting Summit County. Governor Jared Polis at 5 this evening.
He traveled to Italy in mid-February, where there was an outbreak occurring. And also a travel companion of his is a known case of testing positive for coronavirus in another state.
The man was staying in a local condo with his fiance and 2 friends after visiting his home state.
Then he traveled to Colorado on February 29th via plane. He was asymptomatic at the time. That means when he traveled at the airport, when he was on the airplane, he was asymptomatic, which means there is a low risk of transmission.
The man first noticed symptoms this Wednesday and went to St. Anthony's Summit Medical Center in Frisco.
The subject traveled from DIA to Summit County in a rental vehicle and met with friends where they stayed in a condo in Summit County. We know that he was there for outdoor recreation, and we're confirming those details.
The man and his fiance were transported to Denver earlier today.
His fiance is in quarantine. His close contacts in Colorado, including the 2 friends that were Colorado residents that were with him on this trip, have also received quarantine instructions, and the quarantine orders are pending.
This case is a presumptive positive, meaning it now moves to the CDC for confirmation. The second confirmed case is elsewhere in the state and not connected to the Summit case.
As we were preparing this announcement, we received word of a second presumptive positive case here in Colorado. We hope to have details on that later today.
Colorado joins 18 other states with positive cases, most on the West Coast, while U.S. Congress earlier today approved $8.3 billion to fight the virus. Aaron Parmet, Infection Prevention Manager for Centura in Frisco, before the confirmed local case.
If it were to become completely uncontained, then public health has great tools. We use the term mitigation, and that's to slow the spread and prevent it from becoming something that is very harmful.
In Eagle County, 5 people have been tested. Results there are pending. News of coronavirus in Summit County hit social media around 4, and people are sounding off. On a Summit Daily post shared to One Man's Junk, Tim writes, "Such an outrageous lapse of judgment. Can't believe this person knew they were in contact with the virus and decided to travel to Summit anyway." Others want details, like Tara writing, "I want to know how long he was here and where he went." Local officials have not released details yet, including where the man was staying, although state officials believe he had minimal contact with people outside his group. Krystal 93 asked locals about the virus before this confirmed case, and most agreed they are not worried about an outbreak, saying the flu is a bigger concern for them. But many are taking extra precautions, like washing their hands more often and sanitizing surfaces around the house. Centura Health has been prepping since January for possible cases locally, and earlier today, the hospital released 3 criteria for patients who want to be screened for coronavirus. First, people who have a fever or respiratory illness and recent contact with a confirmed case of the virus. Second, patients with similar symptoms and test negative for the flu with recent travel history to affected countries. And third, those with acute respiratory illness like pneumonia that require hospitalization but with no obvious source of exposure. If you do not meet those criteria, the hospital will not screen for coronavirus, but they could test for flu and other viruses. In sports, the Nuggets are playing the Hornets right now, and in local sports, brought to you by Wilderness Sports in Dillon. This coming Saturday is opening day of spring sports season for Summit High Tigers, when the boys lacrosse team heads to Grand Junction for scrimmages. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.